I am not shocked by what is rumored to possibly be happening in Dallas. I've said it. I've said it here. I've said it here several times to the point where I have Cowboys fans saying that you're a hater. You're a hater. And I said, no, I'm just a truth teller because I see the tea leaves. I can read it. I can read between the lines. Micah Parsons is rumored to be wearing thin on the Dallas Cowboys management. His behavior, his antics, all of these things. And for me, I'm not shocked. 3 years into the league, all pro. Shouts to him. He's a really, really good player. He is. But when you see the lack of production in the playoffs for 3 straight seasons, when you see the lack of production down the stretch in seasons in regards to like the final 7 to 9 games, when you see the immaturity in regards to not showing up to a Skip Bayless Undisputed show because of whatever it was, without telling him, hey, listen, I really don't want to do the show anymore. I'm just going to, go in another direction. Respect to you, blah, blah, blah. You don't do that. You have a podcast that you talk about every week. You go into the all-star celebrity game after having such a shitty performance against the Green Bay Packers, and you win the MVP in a basketball game. These are things that you think that are important to you. And for the Dallas Cowboys, they feel allegedly that he's not focused enough on football. So let's just play into this multiverse that we're in here, that we're talking about. What does a Micah Parsons trade look like? Claw.
Before draft or after the draft?
Doesn't matter. You pick the scenario.
Just give up a third. I'll tell you right now, we'll take him.
So you think that he only goes for a third?
I think a third in futures.
Future what?
Future early.
Nah, I think that's too low. I think Mike, at this point, if the Cowboys were to trade him, I think that they can be able to get 2 first-rounders, a second, and a fourth.
I don't think so.
Yes. We're talking about a guy that's in his 3rd year, double-digit sacks all 3 years, getting better, and, every team is vying for a guy like that.
Where do you think he goes?
I mean, if they trade him, I don't necessarily have an idea of where, because it's all speculative at this point. But ideally, I would love to see him probably with the Chargers. I'd love to see him with the Chargers or the Commanders, Falcons, Panthers. I'd like him to go to every suffering team because he doesn't deserve to win. All the lack of production that you got in Dallas, I don't want to see you win. That's the way I am. I'm bitter. Do it here.
No.
Mature, grow up, do what you got to do here. I don't care about all that other stuff. Stop having players that whipped your ass on your podcast. Stop focusing on things that don't matter outside of football right now. Get 7, 8, 9 years, 10 years into the league. And then you'll be able to have a podcast. You have to do all these things. It's grind time now. So I can understand. He had character issues at Penn State. They said that he was uncoachable at Penn State. So it's only carried over a little bit now into the NFL, and you see it. He's not getting any better. He's good, but he's not getting any better because of his work ethic, because of what he's thinking about. He reminds me, and Silent Assassin is going to like this comparison. He reminds me of Matt Harvey with the New York Mets. Matt Harvey got on the scene, and everybody was a fan of Matt Harvey. They were comparing him to Derek Jeter in regards to what he could be for the Mets and what doors he can open up. And but he wasn't mature enough to handle it. He wasn't mature enough to handle the scene. He wasn't mature enough to handle New York. He wasn't mature enough to handle the bright lights, and he fizzled out. Barely hanging on. Now, I'm not saying that's going to be Micah in regards to fizzling out, but you do have to be careful if you think too highly of yourself without working on it. You can get exposed quickly. That's all I'm saying.